any help. That said, I'd rather take a little help than be mind-controlled like that any day. Anyway, thanks, I guess.
The tables have turned. Of course, I feel amazing, so wonderful. Did you think you beat me? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me check my notes again. The outcome of this battle matters not. Win or lose, the main character will have already accumulated sufficient chaos energy. I know what you're thinking. That's right. I'm the main character in this game. You want to know my motives? Chaos energy. That's my real objective. Is a desire for chaos. Correct. The desire to see this whole world turned upside down and inside out. I'll tell you something you don't know. Remember that great war of the gods back in the ancient times? That was my masterpiece! I sowed my seeds of chaos into the hearts of the deities and destroyed the equilibrium between gods and mortals! The fiercer the battle raged, the greater my powers grew! But how could I have known that you and Aphrodite, the two originary deities who stood beyond the regular rules, you'd defeat the rest of the deities sooner than anybody could have expected and restore order to the world? Order! Ugh, what a disgusting word! The very sound of it chills me. My strength is fast disappearing. You think you've already won, that I'm already too weak to hold on to this body, don't you? Fortunately enough, I've already prepared an escape route. While you were thrashing those beautiful goddesses of yours, Aphrodite's torn heart revealed just enough cracks for me to hide myself away inside. I'd never have had the opportunity had Aphrodite and the other goddesses been a little more reconciled to each other. But hey, she can't help it. Her heart's just in chaos right now. At last, her goddess powers have waned to the point where she can no longer control the tumult inside her, and I can replace her as the commander of this body. Having usurped her identity, it was easy enough to direct the whole performance. The 7 goddesses, the relics, and their seals. The beauty of it all was that when you were sealed away, you thought you had been betrayed.
Oh, Aphrodite, how could you? Isn't that what you thought to yourself, with a dramatic sigh for good measure?
The very thought of it brings me comic relief even now. After sealing you away, the other goddesses were no match for me. They were so weak and enfeebled that sending them into a 1,000-year sleep was a breeze. I only made one miscalculation. After rampaging through the realm of the deities and vanquishing my opponents, such that there was none left to resist me, how then would I be able to quench my desire for chaos? When I realized this, I felt a dizzying hollowness that was almost fatal. I tried to arouse Aphrodite. My plan was now to use her rancor at having lost you to fuel a new campaign of mayhem. But she seemed to have seen through my plans and settled on the calmest, and for me, the most dangerous response of all. She gave it all up. She gave up her hate and her love too. I wanted to escape from her body, but her powers held me down in an inescapable bind. For her, abandoning love was equal to self-immolation, and without hate to thrive on, I would be reduced to ashes along with her. Oh, and how long did I slumber for in the wake of it all? Fortunately, however, the human world would soon be brimming over with havoc, disorder, and chaos. By slowly accumulating a wellspring of chaos energy within myself, I was at last beast aroused once more. Monsters? Can you imagine it? Monsters below a human city? I would have to get back to work, stirring up even more worldly tumult. This elaborate underground maze was my meticulously planned masterpiece. First, the tunnels had to form the shape of a charmed circle, such that they could gather up all the chaotic desire roiling away in the city above. Next, I provoked a disturbance among the Yo, but it seems you were able to settle that in the end, so never mind. The next step was to use the charmed circle to summon the monsters of the Yo-lands down here. Can you imagine the pandemonium that would be unleashed if all those monsters were to run riot in the city? After that, I'd use the power of the circle to interfere with the Vesperine city of Ringloss. Maybe I'd even have it fall right out of the sky. Oh, I've been looking forward to seeing all the races of the Earth once more erupt in the all-consuming flames of war. Oh, the thought of it alone is enough to drive me into a frenzy. But it's not enough! It never was. It would take more than just the powers of the humans. I would not make the same mistakes again. I knew I'd need a deity as my opponent this time. Strong enough to contend with the powers of chaos that I'd unleash, yet not so strong as to be able to defeat me. That's right. I'm talking about you, Eros. Of course, I need you to be imprisoned behind those seals. If you regained your full strength, I wouldn't be sure of defeating you. But as it stands, now that I've accumulated enough chaos energy to fully restore myself, I have nothing to fear. Unfortunately for you, I'm the main character here. Now I'll prove it by revealing my true power!